We are hoping to finalize this agreement as soon as we can, hopefully during this month or early next month. I think it will mean a lot for our small country to be able to join the European Union as soon as we can. I think it will affect the economic situation and political stability in our country and the region as well. We are in the process of preparing the medium-term strategy. We are a new government. We already have a government plan for the next 4 years, and now we are working on the medium-term expenditure framework so that we know the projects and ideas we want to implement in the next 4 years. I think we have very good prospects. Mm-hmm. We are expecting a growth rate of above 4%, which is not bad compared to countries in the region and in Europe as well. We have some ideas and which we are negotiating now with some international organizations for some large-scale projects that would involve large investments and would create and release development potentials that we have as a young economy. Most of the projects that we are discussing with EBRD during these days and with the World Bank and other international organizations involve sectors that are intensive in labor. So these are projects that would have a direct effect on employment, especially for the very young labor force that we have, and will have multiplying effects for the economy. As you know, we have very large trade deficit, and we are trying to promote economic development in the country so that we can substitute very large imports that we have, and trying to create multiple effects in the economy. We did have a large migration waves during the 1990s and during the war as well. We do have normal migration waves these days and during the last couple of years. And now some of our previous migrants are starting to come back, and they are bringing the experience, especially from Switzerland and Germany. We see the existing migration waves as being normal to a small and developing country that is close to European Union. As you know, it takes only 2 hours of flight to Switzerland and Germany, and it's normal for people to migrate for short-term period for job purposes. And now they are starting to come back, even to bring the experience that they gained in these countries, or to bring back the investment and savings accumulated during the years in those countries. We are working very hard in preparing a strategy for this company, which is very important for us. It's one of the most profitable public companies that we have in the public sector. We are discussing with EBRD to work together with them on a development strategy for this company, and we hope to modernize this company in terms of a modern corporate governance and modernizing the equipment and capital that this company uses, so that we can prepare this company to be able to compete with similar companies in the region and beyond that, and hopefully to privatize it in 2 or 3 years. We have a number of socially owned companies that are managed by the Privatization Agency of Kosovo, they are in line of to be privatized very soon in different sectors. Also, most of them are already now privatized. I think so. In most of the companies that have been privatized so far, international investors have shown interest in those companies. And now that the political situation is quite stable, and we have very good medium to long-term prospects in terms of economy and politics, I think the interest is growing. Mm-hmm. Our public debt is now very low. It's around 10% of GDP and growing very, very slowly, because we have a fiscal rule that does not allow us to spend on annual basis more than 2% on our revenue, so our public debt is increasing very slowly. We expect to maybe in 2 to 3 years to finalize negotiations with the international donors that used to finance Kosovo before, and we are ready to accept any debt that belongs to us. If we manage to prove that those loans were dedicated to development projects in Kosovo. Mm-hmm. And we are very open to that, actually. Mm-hmm. We are very thankful to EBRD, actually. It has been involved both in the public and in the private sector. The portfolio of loans in the public and private sector is quite large in relative terms to our market, domestic market. We discussed with EBRD a number of projects, mainly in infrastructure. We are working very hard to conclude an agreement by July this year on reconstructing a railway network that would link the Thessaloniki up to Serbia and Central Europe, that would go through Macedonia, Kosovo, Serbia, and Central Europe. We have some other projects on reconstructing the existing roads. We hope to finalize some of these agreements this year and to conclude some other agreements next year. So it's a great support by them. We are considering different financing options. These are concessional loans mainly with EBRD and mainly in the infrastructure sector. We do have some other projects on agriculture, education and health that we would approach EBRD and other donors for financing. Mm-hmm. No, actually, since the government was established, there is no tension at all. We have a large majority in the parliament, including minorities. We have more than 2/3 in the parliament. The government is quite stable. We have a clear government program for the next 4 years. We know what we are going to do each month. We have very good communication between the partners in the government, so we are working quite well, I think. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say so. It's not that we had a very intensive trade relation with Ukraine. So the attention of countries that used to support us in the past now is moving toward Ukraine and that part of Europe. But as I said, it's good when you are not in the center of the attention. That means that the situation is normal and we are developing just as any other country in the region.